All right, so I did 800 push-ups at the airport. The tally was at 36,498, and now it is at 37,298. I had a lot of time while I was traveling back to Chicago, so yeah, just a ton of push-ups. I was planning on doing 500, but my flight from Frankfurt to Chicago actually got delayed like 3 hours. So I figured I'd just do even more push ups. I mean, not much else to do. I actually finished a book on the plane. So I was planning on reading that, but I just had like way too much free time. So I just kind of sat around, enjoyed the view, and got a lot of push-ups done. A lot of push-ups. I did 260 in Sofia, and then I did another 540 in Frankfurt, and that was it. I'm doing these all on my knuckles still, and one thing that I've noticed for sure is that when I first started doing push-ups on my knuckles, it was really hard. And that was just a few months ago. It was really hard. It hurt a lot, and I didn't want to do them at all. But now it's gotten a lot easier, and I think I've just built up some tolerance to that pain of, pressing through my knuckles. I've also gotten used to the range of motion, so doing these push-ups isn't as hard anymore. It was initially a lot harder because there's a little bit more range of motion, like an inch of range of motion extra on the knuckle push-ups compared to doing push-ups on your open hand, on your palm. And I seem to have overcome that at this point. It's getting easier. I'm finally getting back into this. The past like month, 2 months, 3 months, actually this whole year has been pretty slow when it comes to doing the push-ups, so this is a good change of pace. Getting 800 done is something I haven't done in a long time. In fact, this is probably the most push-ups I've done in a single day since February. February, I did 2,000 in a single day. And since then, I don't believe I've done more than 1,000 in a single day. I don't believe I've done more than maybe even 500 in a single day. So this is great. This is awesome. I mean, 800 push-ups is no small task, but having done these for so long, it's starting to get really easy to overcome that mental barrier of, I got to do hundreds of push-ups. That's getting a lot easier to overcome. And in fact, I didn't even think about it this time. I knew that I had a ton of free time available to me, and so I just sat down with my book for the first, few hundred. I sat down with my book, I read a page, do 10 push-ups, read another page, do 10 more. And that was good while I had my book, but then I got on a flight from Sofia to Frankfurt and I finished my book. And then I just have my own thoughts to deal with. And that was actually not bad either. I came up with a video idea. I wrote out a whole script for it. And actually was kind of productive doing that because I kind of just did the same thing. Instead of reading a page, doing 10 push-ups, reading another page, 10 more, what I ended up doing is 10 push-ups, write something down. 10 more push-ups, write something down. 10 more push-ups, write something down. And I'm kind of timing myself a little bit. I don't want to give myself too much time to recover because I still want to kind of push myself. I was giving myself about 2 minutes in between rounds. About 2 minutes, sometimes 1 minute, sometimes like a minute and a half, it just depends. At the end, I was doing them like with 1 minute because I decided I'm gonna go for 800 push-ups today, and I was kind of running out of time. I had to, actually board my flight, so yeah, I just kind of spent some time on my phone. I wasn't really pushing it too hard. I definitely could have gotten these done way faster, but really, I didn't want to break like a crazy sweat. I didn't want to freaking soak myself in the airport. So I was just kind of taking it easy, not really pushing myself too hard, just, you know, in that mindset of this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing push-ups, and that's what's going on. I got nothing else going on. This time is reserved for push-ups and, maybe a little bit of time for just thinking, just dealing with my thoughts, and push-ups, and that and that and that over again. And I definitely noticed a lot of eyes on me. I mean, I was going to like an empty gate. I was making sure that I was like pretty much alone, but still people are all around the airport, and they walk around, they watch me, and they're probably judging me, but I don't care. I got push-ups to do. It's interesting because this would have bothered me quite a bit in the past, even last year. I don't think that this would have been this easy for me. First of all, doing 800 push-ups would have been quite the mental drain. Just the stress of knowing like I have hundreds of push-ups awaiting me today is kind of exhausting. And on top of that, having other people's eyes on you is not comfortable, to say the least. It's not comfortable. I mean, people judge, people stare. One kid was even like talking to his dad. He was saying like, why is that guy recording himself doing push-ups? His dad had no answer. I'm pretty sure he knew I could hear them. So maybe he didn't want to say something mean, but yeah, he was just like, I don't even know. I don't know what he said, but the kid kept asking questions. He even like tried to get close to me, and then I looked up at him at one point, and he like turned away from me. He looked at one of the monitors, and he literally said out loud, I'm just watching the TV. Like, I'm gonna believe that, right? So I thought that was pretty funny. It's interesting. I have not really experienced something like that before. If I had to guess, I'm probably the only person that whole day that did push-ups in Frankfurt Airport. Like, who's doing this? Let's be honest. Who's really putting themselves out there like that? Who's really pushing themselves in the airport? People are going on vacation. They're exhausted. They're there for layovers. I mean, I was, there for a layover, and I didn't see anyone else working out. I've never seen anyone working out in the airport. If I am going to be completely honest, I've probably been in an airport hundreds of times, or at least like 100, 150 times. I've never seen anyone working out in an airport, except myself, I guess. But I'm not really looking at myself. I've never seen anyone working out in an airport. It's kind of weird. It doesn't fit the norm. At this point in my life, I've realized that that's okay. And in fact, that might be ideal, because the normal person is fat. The normal person's out of shape. They're not confident. They've got a lot of anxiety. They eat garbage. And this isn't to just make fun of the normal person, but that's who I was. That's who I was. So I know intimately that this is just what people are like. This is what people do. The normal person is obsessed with their phone. And I guess I'm not really one to judge, because this is like, 14 and a half minutes of recorded footage on my phone of me doing push-ups. I mean, I'm interacting with my phone more than 95% of the people at the airport. Maybe that's an overestimate, because people are doom scrolling and whatnot. But still, I'm interacting with my phone quite a lot, so I've really got no room to judge, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm just here to say that, training anywhere is totally acceptable. And in fact, sometimes it's ideal. It's actually ideal to just drop down, do some push-ups. Sometimes that's exactly what you need. I was taking it really easy this past month. I was relaxing. I stopped squatting every day. I stopped training my calves every day. I stopped training my jaw every day. And really, if you look at the previous months and compare it to last month, I've been taking it real easy. So this is a great way to transition back into a more active lifestyle, some harder training. 800 push-ups is no small feat. And it's a good thing I got them done because I got a lot more push-ups to go. I maybe could have gotten a little bit more done. I definitely could have gotten a little less done. I'm satisfied with what I did. I'm satisfied with how the trip went. Traveling was nice and easy, very little turbulence on the flights. I fasted the whole time. I really, really despise airplane food. That is like one of the most toxic things a human being can probably consume. It's so processed. I literally, if you fast, if you've tried fasting, you'll know that your senses get magnified. They get a lot stronger. And specifically your sense of smell. You start to smell things that normally maybe you wouldn't have. Your nose gets really sensitive. And in the airplane, the smell when they brought the airplane food out is so bad. It's literally like garbage, toxic, vomit. I can't even describe it. Like, who knows how long this stuff has been sitting in a warehouse. They pump it full of preservatives. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about airplane food. I'm so disgusted by it. And so I fasted. My travels were well. I don't really enjoy traveling too much, but it is what it is. Got to do it. I love to see my family, and so traveling is something I can't avoid. I'm glad I got these push-ups done. I've only got about 2,702 push-ups before I could stop doing these knuckle push-ups and just go back to some regular push-ups. I've noticed, like I said earlier, my knuckles have become more, I'd say acclimated, adjusted to the weight of my body. I can't say they look much different. I was kind of expecting that my hands would look hard, if that makes sense. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe I'm just too close to it. You know, I look at my hands every single day, so I don't really see the changes. But my hands look pretty much the same to me from doing these knuckle push-ups. But definitely, I have become more used to the weight on my hands. And I don't know, maybe my wrists have gotten a little stronger. Maybe my punches are going to be a little bit harder. We'll see. That is something I haven't tested out. That's something I've not really considered up until this point. I don't have too many knuckle push-ups to go. I still have a lot of push-ups to go in general, but I'm looking forward to when I hit that 40,000 push-up mark. I could say I've done 4% of a million push-ups, and then I'll start going back to some regular old push-ups without the knuckles. And that'll be a lot of fun. I want to experiment with some more high reps. I want to experiment with some explosive push-ups. I'm really excited for that. That was that was it. That's pretty much all I got to say. If you're traveling, if you're someone who has free time, drop down, give me 20 push-ups. If you can't do 20 in one go, do 2 sets of 10, do 4 sets of 5. Just do 20 push-ups, get it out of the way. It's not that bad. And doing a little bit now will help you in the future, which is what's really amazing about this is it really is an investment in the future. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with some more push-ups pretty soon. See ya.